earth was shapeless and formless. The earth, the sky, the sea, and the air were almost mixed up. In a world, there was confusion. But then, two gods appeared, who's the reason of the magnificent creation. Tungkong Langit and Alansina. The characters of the Panay beliefs that who made the earth is Tungkong Langit and Alansina. Everyone, Tungkong Langit is industrious, kind, and loving God, while Alansina is lazy, jealous, and selfish God. All day she combs her hair, while Tungkong Langit always think on how to correct and beautify the things here on earth. But both of them are powerful, and they are the reason why this world has beauty that we can explain.
The setting in Tungkong Langit and Alansina is the ethereal place where the water was constantly warm and breeze was forever cool. The time period is not mentioned in the story, but I'm sure that humans and other living things didn't exist that day.
Before the two gods came, the earth was a disaster. There is no mountains, there is no water, no one would dare to live in that kind of place. Until Alansina and Tungkong Langit came. When Tungkong Langit met Alansina, he decided to court her. And after so many years of courtship, they decided to get married. One day, Tungkong Langit told his wife that he would be away to fix some chaotic disturbances. But Alansina was doubtful. Instead, she sent a priest to spy on her husband.
Climax. Alansina suspected his husband, Tungkong Langit, where he really goes. Knowing what her wife did, he was disappointed and unhappy. In his fury, he divested his wife to his power and sent her away. And then, Alansina disappeared, following action. After what he had done, he felt that loneliness surrounds him. Tungkong Langit misses her wife. He tried and tried harder to find the love of his life, but she is nowhere to be found. Denouement. In his solitude, as he sighed the world and saw none existed, came down to earth and decided to place the treasures of Jerusalem, and scattered it to the earth with the his cone of the moon, and the clays became a star and crown as the sun. He thought that if her wife would see it, she would come. Nevertheless, she never came.
Conflict of the story. Tungkong Langit and Alansina was supernatural versus supernatural because Tungkong Langit was angry because of ungodly ways Alansina did to Tungkong Langit. Then quarrel between them followed. Tungkong Langit lost his temper and get rage, while Alansina's power was divested and drove her away.
Theme of Tungkong Langit and Alansina's story. So here's what I've got. So the theme about Tungkong Langit and Alansina's story is all about love and loss. Because when they met, you can see their affection towards each other. The way Tungkong Langit makes blandishment when he addresses his affection towards Alansina. It shows in the story how exquisite their love was. After the emotion takes over the relationship, you can see how despairing and you can feel the sorrow of Tungkong Langit after Alansina desolated him. And you can see how dismal Tungkong Langit is, but he is so desperate to take Alansina's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just heard the characters, setting, plot, conflict, and theme of Tungkong Langit and Alansina's story, Panay Folktale. I believe that every story has a moral lessons. And now, let's hear the lessons that the readers learned.
The moral lesson here is you shouldn't do things to your significant others that you wouldn't want them to do to you. Instead, you should have enough trust for them even though you were miles apart.
moral of this story is don't make decisions when your emotions have taken you because you will regret it later.
The moral lesson I've learned is story is just simple, but it is also important, and it is think before you act. Ladies and gentlemen, we should think before we act to avoid the word regret. We should not decide when we are angry or happy, and we should think carefully.
The moral lesson of the story is being in a relationship doesn't mean you are required to know all of the things your partner would do. Being there, even from afar, supporting and seeing him happy is enough. Trust and loyalty is difficult to build, and once they're broken, there will be misunderstanding or perhaps will lead to separation, and that's devastating. Assurance and acceptance play a big role in a relationship because these will help you grow and recognize your weaknesses and strengths. Moreover, that's the time you will build your character and define who you really are.